Hello, and this is Masamushia from Percolation Gaming, and today we are going to be checking out a game called RaiderZ by Myatt Entertainment. Now, if you know Myatt, then you also know that they did a game called Guns to Duel, which I actually mentioned a few times in past videos. It's a pretty fun game. They've made a kind of onslaught of other games, but none of them really took off in the way that most kind of indie developer games like that tend to do. But RaiderZ is kind of the exception. Now, Perfect World is actually in charge of the North American release for this game, not Myatt, which I found interesting. So if you have a Perfect World account, then you don't even have to really worry about this. I mean, just log in with your account and you're pretty much good to go. Now, we're going to be checking out a closed beta, so keep in mind beta, and beta. Things tend to be broken in betas, things do go wrong, there are errors, it's not a perfect game. Now, this game is going to be a free-to-play MMO with that kind of new free combat style that we see popping up in pretty much every new MMO to date, void Star Wars The Old Republic. What I mean by that is you can just kind of use your skills whenever you want. You are actually in control of your own dodging, your own attacking, aiming your skills, and all that kind of jazz. There is no stupid auto attack or boring combat like that, thankfully. So let's check out the character creation. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little in depth. Now, of course, we can choose your name. So, Lilypad. Yes. You can choose male or female. And voices, though I'll let you listen to them. They sound like essentially the same to me. I mean, that's seriously the only time you hear the character's voice. Right there. That's it. And then there are 4 classes. The Defender is the tanky class. Berserker is your melee DPS. Cleric is your healer. And Sorcerer is your ranged magic DPS. If they plan on releasing more classes or not, I am not sure, but I hope they do. Though, as it is, there's enough versatile play and mechanics introduced to kind of keep it interesting, even though there are so few classes. As for face types, let's zoom in here. You've got a few to choose from, 12 facial expressions and whatnot, an onslaught of skin tones. You can choose makeup, all that fun stuff. Hair types, they're kind of anime-esque. I mean, I feel like I'm about to go Super Saiyan at any point with a few of the hairstyles. Though there are some that do look nice. I mean, the hairstyles could have been a lot worse, and they could have just been like one character overall, one set style, get over it. But thankfully, there's not. Let's go with this one. Sure. Eye tone, or the eye tone. Yes, your eyes have tones. This is how we do it. Eye color. And then facial tattoos. Oh, which you can't really see too well with this hairstyle. Yeah, I don't really know what they're trying to do with this, because a lot of these tattoos look incredibly dumb. But, power to you, I guess. I mean, it's another cosmetic option that you can choose to have or not have. Bottom ones are just kind of various scars you can put on your face, and if you want to be incredibly edgy, you can choose a skull. You can also choose the size of it, how large or small you want it. I don't really want a tattoo, so we're not going to do that. Now, I know these clothes look awesome, but of course these aren't what you start with, so here is what you start with. You can kind of choose 2 different sets to play with, and then you can also choose the colors, which I thought was kind of neat. I mean, starter gear is generally just so generic and boring, and it locked in looks really bad, but I don't really mind to look at these. I like that you can kind of customize your starting gear for a while. We're gonna be the Pink Ranger. No, that's too pink. I lied. Okay, sure. That's pretty much all it is when it comes to customer creation. You can also see how your character is going to stand when fighting. Oh, I don't know why it's called posture. Could have just called it like combat stances. Oh, yeah, here by the way you can toggle different modes for graphics. Now I thought it was kind of cool. Apparently it does like a little scan of your computer and kind of sets your own settings depending on what the results were. So I really didn't have to change anything. I mean, it already put in my native resolution. Everything was pretty much on high. I only had to toggle like 1 or 2 more things, which is so nice. I hate going into a game and having to change like 17 different settings. It's a little annoying. So let's get this creating started. Yes, I do. Oh, yay, lily pad wasn't taken. Oh, what'd I even make? I was not even paying attention. I think I'm a sorceress? Well, this is awkward. Anyway. Sorceress. Okay, let's get this done. So, I know it's a beta, and they can obviously add this or choose not to add this, but I kind of wish there was a little starting cutscene to let you know what you're actually, you know, the why should I care factor. There doesn't seem to be any of that here. You just start off like, oh, cool, I obviously go over here and accept my quest. That's fine. But what if I want to go over here? Well, too bad, there's mountains. So we can't go over there. Now, it's kind of your default layout. I mean, you have the chat log, you have your action bar, HP, minimap, all that fun stuff. Now here's something I do like. You can hit control and get your mouse support in, and then you can move this wherever you want. If I want it right here, fine. If I want my minimap on the bottom right, fine. It even adjusts that for me. Though you cannot move the action bars from what I can tell. And I don't think you can... Oh, yeah, you can. You can size down the chat bars, too. And, of course, move them wherever you want. Sky's the limit. Now, that's something I like. I mean, you don't need add-ons to move things that you should just be able to move by default. I mean, that's kind of annoying. So I'm glad they at least thought of that. And then there's kind of tutorials. You interact with PCs with E. Start off with one spell. Now, there's one thing that I like that they took from a couple of past MMOs, and that's the fact that you can kind of multi-class. Now, here I am as a sorcerer. And you can see that here's like all my basic talents and whatnot. Oh, there's one really annoying thing that I cannot stand. Okay, I'm gonna have this open, right? We're looking at it. I just moved. It closed. Now here I am holding down W to move forward, and the menu's still open. Now I'm gonna side strafe to the left. Yep, it closed. You do that for anything, hit escape, it closes. Open up your inventory, it closes. Character, it closes. That annoys me to no end. But I digress. That's something they can at least change pretty easily. Now, the sorcerer talents, I mean, there is no training in this game. Everything you get through your talent points. Or in this game, I guess they're called skill points. So here are your skill points. You got an ice arrow, kind of like a frontal ice thorns that just lays down these thorns in a path. A little rapid blast, it's pretty much like an explosion that does essentially the same thing, except with fire. And then one that boosts your magic points, or in how much damage you do. Now with the dual classing, which I you get at level 10, you can just start putting points anywhere. You can put it in Cleric, Berserker, Defender. It doesn't really matter. You can do it on anything. So this is pretty fun. I love it. Now, here's your escape menu. I mean, if you use to Mac, then this must look awfully familiar, or Star Object, or Rocket Dock. Here are the game options you can choose. Second or even third action bar. Nice. Buff names, tutorials, mining, social settings, and then the video settings. You can choose, just kind of toggle everything, how high you want the graphics and whatnot. And then the resolution you can, oh, you apparently can't change. It's kind of weird. It also has an in-game video recording, which I thought was pretty cool, and screenshots as well. You can set it to what you want. Oh, as to what YouTube HD and HQ is, I have no idea. I assume it's just off an H.264 codec, but I could be wrong. I can't say I've ever played with it. Audio settings, pretty generic. Nothing to really see here. Rebindable keys for everything you use, which I love. I love feeling like I have some sort of control over what's going on. And then there's a battle crosshair that you can use, but they only have one at the moment. And then font size. How large you want the font, or how large you don't want the font. Now, let's see. I think that's about it. Character screen. Various factions. I think right now you only get access to one faction. Then it'll show your skills based on what you have. And there is so many emotes. I love it. I mean, there's even a /disco option. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Check out those moves. Check out those moves. Pretty neat. The journal is just your quest log. Though as to what my notes does, I have no idea. I can't type anything in there, so it has to be something. The map, which we saw. The world map. Now, where are we? Well, we have to be right here, although I wish it kind of had a display letting you know, because the broken maps is the closed beta, and there we are right there. Now there are settings to display all that stuff, but for some reason doesn't want to show you. Kind of curious to what these will be. Should be pretty fun. The story for this essentially is that a meteor landed which has been dubbed the Alchemist Stone. Or, I'm sorry, the Philosopher's Stone. And apparently it just gave a lot of technology to the main little hub and country of Rendell. But there's one problem I have with that. If I were to just not have mentioned that to you, what would you guess about this land? It doesn't look like there's been any tragedy or war, a meteorite landing. Looks like absolutely nothing's happened. It's just a happy-go-lucky kind of quest hub, and here we are. Just kind of doing random things, because why not? But, oh well. Apparently that happened 5 years ago when there's war afoot, and pretty much everyone is wanting to kill all the crazy lizard men because they're scary. Okay, now let's fight. Since it's free combat, I can charge my skill and miss. Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be a headshot kind of crits or anything like that. Just damage. And we can dodge by hitting shift in any directional key. Though I kind of suck at dodging, apparently. Pretty much E does everything, which is pretty nice. It's E to pick up items, E to interact with NPCs, E to auto loot. whole bunch of stuff. Oh, you stink. That was intentional. I know it was. Okay, fine. I'll take my own lizard man. Whatever. And I can choose to either hit or... Some pretty fun stuff. Now, I believe we need 6 of these. So we're gonna kill 6. Oh no! Oh, another thing. You can jump. Yay! I love jumping. There's pretty much no need to jump, but I like being able to jump. I don't know, it just adds something to the game. I like it. It's kind of fun to just mess around with. Is he wearing a robe? With a big sword. Yes, he is. Yeah, that's right. Get the option of mail, but forget it. We're going to start out in cloth. That sounds legit. A lot of the quests are kind of repetitive. It's kind of do the same thing. You're collecting random things for virtually no reason whatsoever. Which kind of makes me sad in the face. But it could be worse. Apparently this game, when it was released by Myatt, the only thing you really had to do was just grind. There were no quests or no quest rewards. Which seems crazy considering all the games released in America and whatnot are pretty much revolved around feeding you rewards. You did something right, have a cookie. You did something right, have a cookie. Oh, now I'm just killing lizard men for the sake of killing lizard men. Yeah, we should not do that. A lot of useless junk items drop. There aren't really any point to that. Now there are like little collect items from Mob X, but it's really not that big a deal. I mean, it seemed to be like 100% drop, and if not 100%, then pretty close to it. I didn't really have to worry about that. It wasn't annoying at all. Oh, and here's another thing you can do. You can hold down right click to block. Just another something to add to it. And also, if I were to move backwards in slash, I can do that. And as you saw, it does the little jump, which it doesn't want to seem to do now, just to make me sound foolish. Nope, just not doing it, I guess. Okay, you have to hit it at the same time, apparently. Yeah, there you go. Okay. You have to hit down and melee, which is left click. And then you do a neato little jump. You're supposed to be able to do it from the sides too, not just one direction, but I guess not. Maybe it's only for a Berserker or something like that. It's kind of like a dodge within a dodge. Now you have HP, EP, and SP. SP is stamina, as you can see. Blocking or dodging uses the stamina points, and it regens really fast, so you don't even have to worry about it. EP is just your MP. That mana. And as you saw, it doesn't really take too much mana right now. It's not that big a deal. And then your HP is HP. And no, I don't want to duel you. You can go away and die in a fire. Thank you. Now, the NPCs don't really have too much to say. Yeah, I mean, this kind of gives you a little background as to what's going on, but not really. It's just kind of there. Well, let's go turn in this quest. Yes, I want to turn it in. And he can kind of turn in things really fast, which I like. Like, look. Okay, I can hit E. Then I hit 1, and it takes me to that. I hit 1, takes me to that, and I hit E to complete the quest. Okay, now, here's me doing it really fast. Boop, boop. Nice. Then we're going to start up again, because she had another quest for me. So really fast, I mean, you don't have to move your mouse to click everything. And as you saw, the quest log appears right over here. I wonder what that does. Daytime clear. I guess there's weather in this game, though I haven't seen any weather effects at all, so maybe it's just something that's gonna come when the game actually goes live. Yes, indeed, Fishman. It's like you're speaking my language. Oh, and here you speak English right there. Okay. That makes sense, Fishman. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna talk to this guy. Turn in that one quest we got from her. I thought he had a quest for us, but I guess not. This game is just really fun. I mean, I like the free combat, I like being able to dodge, I like being able to jump and block. And cast my spells wherever I want. I can cast it up, look at that. Or at the ground. It doesn't matter, I can aim it wherever I want and I can miss. Now, since we leveled up a while ago, we can get our second spell. Oh, I like this one. Rapid blasts. I fire out bombs from my hand. Who doesn't love bombs? So we're gonna do that. And then if you hit N, there's also a little map overlay, kind of like Diablo 2 or something like that, so you can see where you're going. Though with the minimap, it seems kind of unnecessary, kind of overkilly. Though let's talk about the minimap for a second. Actually, we're gonna go back to town for just 1 second. Because there's a problem with it, and quite a fundamental one at that. Now, do you see how many things there are? I can't really see anything. If I'm grouped with someone, with friends, they appear as blue dots, but I can't see them in this because there are so many things around me that are on the minimap. Now, unlike World of Warcraft, where you could just kind of toggle everything off, you can't do that. You can zoom in and out of the minimap, which, again, doesn't really help. I still can't see my team on my minimap. There's no pinging on the minimap either. There's another thing you can do, though, kind of like a lot of the free-to-play MMOs are currently doing, called channels. Which, yeah, see, channel 1 is full. I played in the full channel the other day, and it was awful. There were people everywhere. I couldn't get a quest done at all, and I just didn't have fun. Yeah, see, little tutorial error. That's no fun. But again, beta, so it happens. Now we're going to move to another channel. Even though this one's fine, I'm just going to show you for sake of demonstration. All I had to do was click the channel button down there and click the number 2, and then it'll change. And here we go. It has a little current session activity, which is kind of cool. It tells you how many quests you have, how many you completed, and where you are and what there is around it. And you have entered the Broken Mast, which is the closed beta area. Cool, cool, cool. Now, I'm not sure what that is. It seems like it won't let me move channels. Yeah, you can switch to another channel in 30 seconds, so I guess to prevent spamming in the chat. Kind of like the whole little gold spamming that goes on so rampantly in any MMO or anything with currency. That's fairly popular, unfortunately. So, now let's go back out here. There's another problem though. When you're grouping with friends, like let's say my friend's over here. Over in this little area. What's that even say? I can barely read it. Aberrus Ruins. Now if they're in Aberrus Ruins, I won't be able to see them because I'm at the boat. After they get out of like a 50-meter radius from you or something like that, you can't see them. You can't see them on your map, you can't see them on the world map, you can't see them on the mini-map. There is no real way to track your friends other than to be like, /party, guys, where are you? Which kind of stinks. It has its own built-in little quest helper, which will kind of give you hints as to where to do, what to do. It's really nice. So let's kill some crabs. Die, crabby! We're making crab cakes tonight. Oh, he doesn't even care. He's like, oh, is someone attacking me? Oh, dang it. I think I left the pilot light on in the stove. He's pretty indifferent to the entire situation. Now sometimes there's a problem with the mobs where you can't really tell if they have loot. You just kind of have to hope you get lucky. Just kind of hit the loot button and see what happens. At these low levels though, it doesn't really matter what you do. As to dodging, I mean, you're not going to take enough damage and you're going to restore fast enough that who cares? Now here's something really cool that I like about the game. You can pick up the mobs' weapons and then use them on other monsters, and they have their own specialized attacks. Like, look at this. Oh yeah. I just tore that crab a new one. Oh, what's that do? We're gonna pick that up. Oh, apparently it was food to heal me. I feel like I just wasted that awesome Club of Doom. Okay, that's not cool. We're gonna find another Club of Doom. Because that was awesome. Now there is lock-on to some degree in this game. Oh, what? I was so out of the way. Whatever. Whatever. Gotta kill more crabs. Ah, crabby. They're so slow to react to what's going on. It's kind of weird. As I was saying though, when it comes to looting, sometimes they don't really glow. It's a little annoying. So just kind of loot everything regardless of whether it's glowing or not. You might get lucky. Now this little fireball that comes around me, this happens when I get a little buff from my fire attacks. Whenever I cast a fire spell, this little ball hovers around me. And it improves my magic damage. Which I thought was pretty cool. I think I missed him. Whatever. Good enough. Now that's it. Oh, I still have to kill these guys. Die. I want your club. Give me your club. Again, really slow reaction time. No, just die. Go away. Go away. We don't need you here. Oh, apparently that one still has loot. Give me your loot. I need it. Thanks. It's kind of repetitive, but it kind of gives you enough variety to the point where it's not that bad. I mean, I'll show you soon enough, but the monsters change and they develop new tactics or new areas. You just have to explore or whatnot. Ah! I love this thing. The Club of Death. It's so amazing. Virtually every enemy has something like this too, which I like. Now pretty much how you do that is you kind of have to attack them in a certain way, like not so much a certain way, but a certain part of their body. Yeah, see? We got crab meat. Crab meat, yes, collaboration meat. You hurt them in a certain part of their body and a part of them kind of chips off. Like, there's a kind of boss version of these crabs where if you hit its leg, a part of its leg breaks off and you can use it as a shield and then kind of shield bash with it. It's really neat. Oh, I don't need you. Oh, apparently I'm done. I'm just kind of killing for fun here. Should not do that. Now, one thing they did get right, auto run is R. I'm so tired of that being bound to the numlock key. I mean, really. Who uses... Well, actually, I know a few people that do, but... Anyway. The whole little 8462 numlock moving. Blech. Not for me. I prefer a mouse any day, all day. Now, here we have question marks on our minimap as to where to turn these quests in, so we're going to do that. Talk to Captain Fishy. Why you gotta laugh? I did something nice for you and you just laugh in my face. I hate you. I hate you. Now any artisan like that, like a blacksmith, is gonna have a hammer over his head. Like this is the armor artisan that we have here. Can make various cloths or leather. There's chainmail in the game too, and I'm sure there's going to be heavy plate at some point. You can pretty much wear everything, though. I think the only thing you can't wear right off the bat is chainmail. Now, leather just kind of starts off with a few more physical defense as compared to the mana that the cloth armor would start off with. So let's kind of craft something. I want to show you this. I like the system that it has. Now, our quest is to make an antique robe, or pretty much antique anything. Just so long as you make anything in here, then you win. Congrats. Now, here's all the stuff you need. It tells you how much you have and what it's going to cost. Now, there are gold points, silver points, and copper points. This costs 22 copper points, CP, silver points is SP, gold points is GP. Unfortunately, though, there's no way to see what you look like wearing this item, which I liked. I really like that. I mean, I like knowing what something's going to look like before I make it or wear it or even obtain it. But here's something really cool. Okay, now this is where, if I don't have drop cloth, really? Rough cloth, for some reason, then all I have to do is highlight over the little magnifying glass, and it'll tell me every monster, well, in this zone, that drops the rough cloth. I really, really like that. I don't have to go to like the RaiderZ equivalents of Wowhead or something like that. Go look up what drops this, where to drop it, or like how many they drop and the most efficient way to farm it or whatever. I can just be like, boop. Okay, so these drop it. And I can judge from the levels, like Hodger, level 2, that this is going to be in the starting zone. Whereas Borgo, or whatever that is, level 14, probably isn't going to be here. Now, if I don't have enough cloth, then I'll be like, oh, darn. Okay, well, how do I know when I have enough? I might have to write it down or open a link in a browser and kind of remember. Nope. Receive recipe. Yes, I do. And this is just going to tell me like how much it costs to make it. Okay, now I have that here. It tells me all the ingredients for that item and when I get them. Like, since I have 4 cloth and I meet the copper requirements, then it's going to show up as complete. And then I can craft the item. It is pretty awesome. Though from my understanding, there is no crafting system for the actual player. You just go to the NPCs and kind of do your thing. Every item's different, so it does affect the way you look, which is nice. I like when things do that. Oh, I need to be level 3. I can't do that. Darn.